Buongiorno, feccia della Terra! These last few weeks have been very busy on the intergalactic side.
Yeah, for me. I pulled so many poses my body feels like a pretzel. Paint me like one of your French girls, Lucia.
Calm down, the sketches for book 2 are super important. You will live.
Easy for you to say. You like the attention. Isn't getting your portrait done like Royals 101 or something?
You would know if your people actually gave a shit about you.
Hey,
Now, let's get into the stories, the news, and everything else we have to talk about for the Earthscam Legion and Mindframe Takeover. Oh, and don't forget to follow us on TikTok at Earthscam Legion and Astral Insight Earthscam Legion on YouTube. Our sister channels on YouTube deserve a follow too: ESM Reacts and Mindframe Takeover.
that's right, Earth Scum. We're always up to something and never boring. Give us a follow, would ya?
We love you, Earthscam Legion. Stay cosmic and beautiful.
We have breaking news coming from the earthling corner of the galaxy. This itty bitty tiny pale blue dot we got hot, but that's okay, we got you covered. Here with an update and some news are our hosts at Astral Insight. Earth's media. The cosmic being who's anxious not to fight his glow. The seeker ready to begin the show. An entity from another realm, ready to bring you news. God in the cosmic helm. He's bolder than your coffee, with opinions aged like fine wine. Reporting to you live, he's locked in, spitting news on overdrive. And Astral Insight, Earthscum Media, Mindframe Takeover. Then a small but mighty cosmic force. The Weaver's here to change your course. She's here to scribe amongst your stars, bringing you politics and science from planet to far. The Weaver reports with a diamond tongue, rough cut edge, it yields for now. Astral Insight. Earthscum Media. Mindframe Takeover. And finally, the muddy anchor who is still mourning his wife. Cross-eyed pressure, everyone, better hide for your life. Reporting media in the shadows, they call him Peter Piper. But at Astral Insight, we know him as the multimedia. Unstoppable. Mindframe Takeover. Astral Insight. Earthscum Media. Mindframe Takeover. And Astral Insight. Earthscum Media. Mindframe Takeover. This has been an Earthscum Media news break on Astral Insight. Are you ready for the ultimate mind frame takeover? Too bad. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Welcome back to Astral Insight.
Yes, and we have a full panel today. We have a guest, our friend Georgia. Say hi, Georgia. Hi. And then we have Crasher here today, Seeker, and Lucia, the Weaver, of course.
Yep.
But sorry, I really wish you guys could have seen how hard we were going for that theme song. We all love it absolutely so much. And I love watching Crasher hear his part because I feel like he forgets what it says and then
Yeah.
he hears it and it's just like he's listening to it all over again every time.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard that one. I think we've heard something else. But I
No,
promise you, I have not heard that one.
you have. You
Oh,
have.
I
you
promise you, I
definitely
have not
should
heard
have.
that one.
Oh, no, no, I've sent it to him, so if our signal we're gonna have to check the antenna on this shit because if you did not get this was like a month ago, my guy.
This
Like,
was?
yeah,
Yes,
this has been a thing for a while. Have you not been checking your, your radio signals, your
I,
messages?
I don't
Like,
think he
To be
has.
fair, it's between this and Dyke is asking me for caffeine. So,
okay, that's fair. Yeah, I can imagine that there's like 70 of those a day
Yeah.
chilling.
so
Oh god.
Uh,
But
uh, then we,
okay, we should check in with our Earth friend Seeker, see how she's doing today.
yeah, Joe, I woke up. How you feeling right now?
I'm okay. I'm okay right now.
Alright, yeah, welcome to the show. I hope,
Welcome to the shit show.
I don't think it's a shit show. I think it's just very chaotic sometimes.
platform,
Today might be one of those days, but I want to see where this goes. Continue to berate Crasher, please. I would like to see what the speaker has
yeah,
to say.
platform, it might be set for you, but not for us.
Listen, listen, it might be one of those days. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit.
uh,
You know, I regret getting you that karaoke machine for Christmas. I hate that. I shouldn't have done that because now you just play more songs like that on that flute.
yeah,
And
no,
I never see it coming. You just could just you know what? I see where this is going. Let's
yeah,
see how many of these you can pull off this episode. I dare you.
okay, are we ready to dive in?
I think so. What about you
Okay,
guys?
Well, Peter Piper is yelling in my ear that we need to get going. So, can we
That's
please?
okay, let's dive in. We have 4 songs today. 2 of them are in 2 parts. So, sorry, number 1, part 1.
let's go.
Am I the asshole for not letting my husband name my daughter after my dad's sister? I, 28, gave birth a week ago, and when that happened, my boyfriend suggested we name her Ashley, and I told him no, because that's the name of my twin sister, who died. He started telling me it would be fine, since my sister was dead, but I told him if we named our daughter, that I would have too much emotional baggage, and would have mental breakdowns and PTSD flashbacks. He kept arguing, and I finally told him to get out, and I named the baby Kira. When he walked back in, he went off on me for naming the baby without him. A few hours later, I got calls from his side of the family, telling me I should have let him name the baby, because in their house, the first baby is named entirely by the dead. AITA? Edit. During my pregnancy, we had agreed on the name Kira, but as soon as I gave birth, on the day my sister died, he wanted to name it after her, which felt like he was purposely trying to disrespect her death.
Wow, okay. Uh,
Uh,
we,
Peter is yelling at me to say this, so it's not Crasher saying this. This is Peter.
Okay.
Fuck your PTSD.
alright,
Continue.
okay, we got part 2, but do we want to chat about this real quick? Okay, part 2 is the
Update 1. I just got to a hotel with the baby and blocked his number. I will find someone who truly loves me for who I am, as that man only wanted me because I was rich. Update 2. The court date is on the 30th, where me and I will fight for custody over the child. I'm going to use some of the money I have to pay for a lawyer who will help support me so my daughter doesn't get stuck with a drug addict like him. Update 3. My little sister went on his Instagram and found out he's been cheating on me with 5 other women and got 3 of them pregnant. I'm glad I dumped his ass. Update 4. The court date was yesterday, and with the help of my lawyer, I got full custody of Kira. Thank you all for the help with this.
Okay. So,
A
yes,
lot to unpack.
okay, classical girl.
Uh, I have a question. Um, did we forget about the? Did we not mention anything about drugs, cheating, or anything in the first part of the story?
Uh,
Mm-mm.
it didn't mean.
So they just dropped the bomb on us. Okay, cool. I figured, but what the fuck?
Alright, so let all guests give her opinion. Children.
Oh yeah, it's definitely PTSD.
Okay?
I feel like it's PTSD, and also he knows better. He knew better than to cheat and do
Yeah,
drugs.
Oh no,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
I
yeah.
agree with Georgia.
I don't think she's the asshole.
No, no, neither
I think
So I
personally. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to go first?
no, I was just gonna say I think the PTSD has a lot to do with it, but it's not her fault.
Mm.
It's she she had it. Like her sister died. Like that's gonna fuck you up. Like
Yeah,
it's gonna ruin you. It's gonna hurt you, and he needs to respect that. But the fact that he's not, and the fact that he's doing all this shit and harming her in the process, good on her for dumping him.
Not to mention, like, I think in scenarios like this, we often, as somebody who with their time, even just with the Void Reavers or throughout my life, something I've learned about most human mothers, especially, or just mothers in general within the solar system, it's very common, regardless of wherever they're from. Um, at least not common. I guess that's not the word I'm trying to use. I guess the word I'm trying to use is, I guess, morally respected is what I would much rather say, to protect your child first before you would even think twice about his. So, like, you
yeah,
going out and doing what you need to for your daughter never makes you an asshole. But I will say that you're probably feeling what we call mom guilt right now. Because nobody wants their kid to have to deal with this or go through this or learn about this even in the future. So, like, I think what you're feeling is entirely normal, but you're definitely not the asshole for doing what you have to protect that kid. Because, like
Mhm.
Crasher said, like the bomb drop of just, oh yeah, and drugs. Like he also did, like, whoa, what? Like, okay, you dodged more than a bullet. You dodged an entire fucking torpedo, ma'am.
yeah,
Mhm.
Like,
no,
you're
really,
doing what you need to for that baby girl, and there's never anything wrong with that. Honestly, that should always be your first concern as a mother, and you're doing just that. So if anything, you're going above and beyond where he hasn't even begun to reach. So
yeah,
So,
I agree.
Seeker, what's your in-depth analysis on this?
I mean, she did drug thing by not caving in and said to ground. Now, uh, one thing I would like to know, because it was in the story, how how long ago did your sister die? Because if it's recent, like within the last 6 months, I definitely get that. If it's,
But
5, 10 years, we need to know that, in my
um,
opinion.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Does it matter? Like PTSD is
I
a
mean,
thing that just stays with you, so it
I
shouldn't.
mean, no,
It doesn't really
it
matter,
doesn't,
right?
it doesn't matter. I, I just would have liked that contact.
Just letting you know, I wasn't trying to like go after you. I was just trying
Yeah,
to ask you like a serious question.
no, for me, it's all about the context of how long ago it was.
See, I think for me, when I analyze this, like I'm glad we have these two different points of view because I'm leaning more Crasher side and understanding that side a little more in this one, just because, like, because I agree, context is everything, absolutely. Um, but I think personally, regardless, agreeing with what you said, that context would have been nice and knowing just, I guess, how fresh that would be for you would, I guess, just at this point make him even more of an asshole, to be honest with you. So like, or less, you know what I mean? I don't think it makes him more or less, but like, or more or less of an asshole in that instance. But I think that context of knowing how fresh it is for you kind of gives more of an emotional understanding for the but I can understand, like, again, it doesn't matter in
Yeah,
in the context to the story in a sense, because no matter how fresh it is, no means no.
and I agree with that. I do. I'm just saying something as the legal slash listener. I'm always wanting some details that will connect it for me. You know, are we ready to move on to story two?
Well, hold on. I am taking a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to go
Always,
grab something.
always very unclassful.
Oh, really? A 5 to 10 minute man, and it turned into like a 30 minute wait session.
Dude, we've been recording for 18 minutes. Whatever.
Yeah, but we've been waiting for like 30 minutes for us to start, so don't even with me right now.
No, Tucky, you already had a snack. Here we go.
Ugh, I got my child.
Uh-huh. Uh, just wait for Weevil to give me a signal and
Oh, I'm still here. I just muted myself.
okay.
He
So,
went all over me.
we're gonna move on to
No, no, don't move. He went all over me.
What is happening?
I don't know. I hate it.
okay. Well, we have limited time before Joe just poll closes. So, hmm,
We're good, I guess. I gotta change my pants.
I'm definitely playing that in the blue ball. Alright, story number two.
Am I the asshole for possibly ruining my husband's friend's only chance to get married?
Ooh, this is gonna be interesting.
My husband has a friend, we'll call him John. His wife recently passed away after a long and difficult illness. Less than a month after her death, he started using dating apps and meeting new women. The problem is that John is an alcoholic, unemployed, and overall not a good person. His late wife went through a lot
God
because
dang.
of him, and their relationship was very unhealthy. John lives in another country, but he often visits ours because his late wife was from here, and he dates women from here. Recently, I visited a close friend of mine, we'll call her Lucy. She's been single for a long time and has had difficult experiences with past partners. Because of that, she struggled for a while and avoided dating. During my visit, she told me she had met a very charming and kind man and that they were planning to get married. From what she said, I realized she was talking about John. I was happy she started dating again, but I couldn't let her marry someone like him. I told her the truth, that he has serious issues, doesn't work, and is not someone who would treat her well. I warned her that she could end up in a very bad situation. She was shocked, but promised she would end things with him. A few days later, John called me asking why Lucy wasn't responding. I said I didn't know. The next day, he called again while drunk, accusing me of ruining his chance to get married and saying I would pay for it. Now my husband is asking me to apologize and fix the situation. He believes John might change if he marries Lucy, but I don't believe that. He didn't change even when his wife was seriously ill. I'm honestly worried for Lucy, especially since he could take her to another country where she might not know her rights. I believe I did the right thing. What do you think? Edit. English isn't my first language, so I hope everything is clear. Edit 2. All 4 of us are of the same ethnicity where it is rare to marry someone who is not of the same ethnicity. We are a very small nation in terms of numbers, and that's why there are applications and websites that are just for us.
Keep him away from her.
Keep him away.
I agree. As a girl's girl, if you will. I think I might have even gone harder than that. You handled this a lot better than I would have, to be honest with you, because if I if I had found out, I
Yeah,
think I personally would have messaged him alone and would have been like, "Why don't you go ahead and tell her you got no job? You're an alcoholic. You suck. You couldn't have been better for your first wife, and nobody wants to be stuck with somebody who can't even handle their own shit. So why pursue somebody who clearly has more value than you do, or puts more effort even into their daily life than you probably do in the first 5 seconds of waking up?" So
yeah, I agree with that. How about you, Georgia?
Is it bad that I would turn around and tell her to string him along? Hear me. No, no, hear me out. Hear me out.
I don't want to hear you out.
There's a reason I would do that if it was me.
Crasser, shush, shush. I need to hear this. I need to hear the tea.
So if you get told that, but then you obviously don't know him that well, would you not think to string him along and test out if he's really like that?
So you mean kind of like how humans test drive cars?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So do you need insurance then?
No.
This,
Okay.
um,
I
So
mean,
you just attach
this,
him to the end of the car and string him along then.
Okay, no, you don't actually attach him to the car. You basically just string along his
this
feelings.
is what Georgia is telling us that she wants to do. Are you ready?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Just to head off.
Yeah.
Oh, so you want you want it to be tied to his head, and then Crash would be at the front wheel pushing the gas, and then his
No.
pinky pops
No,
up.
so
okay,
Yes.
basically,
Yes.
no, what it
Okay.
is,
would,
no, what it is you're stringing his feelings along to see if he was really like that.
okay,
What feelings?
Lucia,
Emotions.
What emotions?
Lucia, it's kind of like how you're doing with Triton, right?
Whoa, 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 whoa. We can't talk about that right now. There's some stuff going on.
But
We'll have to catch up, Seeker.
yeah, no, that's the best example I got for the.
This is Triton's balls.
That's not nice. I think you should take that back.
And then
That is very
then would
disrespectful. Crasher.
then
You're
you would,
like 500 years old. What are you doing?
and then you can do whatever you want after that once you find out his feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, I see, I see. Okay, well, I mean, you
Okay.
could do that, but like at the same time, he doesn't have anything to give Georgia. Like he doesn't have any money. He
My
doesn't like
my Earth friend, I think you're confused. I don't think you know. I don't function like a normal human or normal whatever. I'm an elf. I have no feelings. Except
then
for
you-
depression.
actually that's not true at all. I've found in
I
my
said except
research
for
that
depression.
I was gonna say your species is actually quite very emotional. They actually
Then I'll
have a
let
very
you do whatever you
complex-
wanted to him.
I want to chop his balls off and
There you
turn
go.
it into diamonds.
No. All right.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, if we gonna cut off that last part.
I'm gonna cut you off.
Okay, so number three.
Am I the asshole for walking out during my grandmother's funeral?
Hmm, depends. Were there snacks involved?
Focus, Dolphin Man!
Oh, right.
Anyway, I, 21 female, recently lost my grandmother. Because of this, my relatives, of course, went back to town to visit and mourn. It was the final night of her wake, the night before she got buried, and me and my cousins were in a corner catching up to distract ourselves from the thought of our beloved grandma being gone. One of my cousins, 23 female, who I was close with, was on FaceTime with her boyfriend? FaceTime? At a funeral? Ma'am, do you know where you are? Anywho, OP was in a relationship as well, still is, with the same person. Me and my significant other were in a long-term relationship at this point. My cousin suddenly brought up the fact that she didn't want to get married, whilst her boyfriend was still in the call. She said that she didn't believe in marriage because her parents had marital issues. She frequently verbally degrades her boyfriend as well, even in front of us, calling it her way of joking around, and he seems to be fine with it, though I just think that he's just scared to stand up for himself. Whoa, buddy! Sweet gamma rays! Grow a backbone! This lady sucks! That is my advice to him, firstly. Put your crown back on king! What a bitch.
Your cousin fucking sucks, dude. I'ma just say it. Throw the whole person away. Start over, mom and dad.
Now, let us continue. Her cousin then started bringing me and my boyfriend up in the conversation, saying that I was still young and my relationship might just be puppy love. She also stated that she knows first relationships all too well. Excusey? This was indeed my first relationship, and that I should be prepared for heartbreak. I, of course, got slightly offended by that, because I am in a healthy relationship and I had known my boyfriend since kindergarten. We only started dating during senior year. When I retorted that I'd known him for years, dating back to when we were kids, she chuckles and said that she experienced that too with one of her exes.
Notice she said ex. I wonder why he left you, ma'am. Perhaps it's because you serve cunt.
Don't worry, Tucker. Our OP wasn't backing down. I also mentioned that I am very close to his family at that point, that I was already invited to family functions, etc. She said the same things, like she already experienced that with one of her exes, and look where that ended up. My cousin clearly enjoyed teasing me, as she called it, even laughing to her boyfriend on FaceTime. I was pissed. I got up and walked right out. My cousin chased and yelled after me, saying that she was just teasing and joking around, but I didn't look back. She even talked to my mom after that and said that I was being sensitive for not taking it as a joke. I didn't get to spend the rest of the night at the last wake because I went straight back to my house from the funeral home. I was hurt, offended, and felt depressed the whole ride back. My other family members kept spamming my phone, saying that I should go back and be respectful. One of them even saying that I was being immature. The next day, burial, I didn't acknowledge my cousin. Every time I saw her, I looked away and ignored her. Call it childish, but I couldn't talk to her after what she had said the night before. That was 3 weeks ago. Still no contact, which felt weird because we used to FaceTime frequently, formerly being close with each other as I have mentioned. Up to this day, I am still ignoring her. Am I the asshole?
Okay, and we got part two.
Ooh, in edit! I've seen some comments stating why was everyone else tolerating her being on FaceTime / her attitude towards me / her boyfriend. She's been that way ever since we were young. She's done a lot of similar things to me growing up, and I think it's maybe she still sees me as a child. We were close because I saw her as an older sister, and she'd always talk to me during family gatherings. This was the first time it got to the point where I was pissed enough to leave.
Oh, so she was born this way. Yeah, there's no hope for her, unless she's taking her final breath. My deepest apologies. She is a goner.
Yup.
Okay, Trident, let's settle down first of all.
Are we forgetting who we're talking to here? You're asking Prince Brat to calm down and reading a story like that.
I
Oh my god, that
know,
probably reminds him of his siblings back home. I can't even imagine.
I know. Uh,
Heck, it reminds me of having to deal with Atticus all the time, except instead of, serving whatever Tucker said, he's serving a caffeine and rage.
yeah. Uh,
Eh,
so, Georgia, what's your thought on this one?
She is not okay. End of. That girl is not okay. One, you don't FaceTime when you're at a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
And two, you don't bring someone else's relationship into it. I think it's a joke. It's not okay. It is not okay. I would have bitch slapped her.
I get it. Makes sense.
Um, I can go next if unless Crasher wants to go first. You want me to go first?
no, you can go first.
Oh, I have a feeling that's gonna be an interesting response on the Crasher side then.
Um,
So for me personally, like Triton said, not even at my, I'm gonna break character for a minute, but as everybody in this panel knows, I lost my mother almost 2 years ago now.
yes,
So like, and not even my sister, who sounds a lot like this person, I didn't. Not even she was FaceTiming. First of all, and second of all, I would like to pick her brain a little bit, this woman, because I feel like she's the kind of person I would talk to just so I could people or study her, people watch or study her, because like it takes a lot of energy and just I need to understand why you go this far. It seems all the time, even with the person you're supposed to care about. Like to the point where he kind of more than likely is, OP said, clams up and just takes it. Like, why I don't understand people who operate this way because again, it takes so much more energy to be like this than it does to just not. So like I would imagine that this person, if this is how she's been since childhood and certain family members reacted this way, how much you want to bet that throughout childhood when she was like this, it was just, oh, that's just your cousin and she never got the therapy she needed as a kid. Because I can guarantee that's really what that kid needed. And
I
now look at the adult she's become.
I would agree with you, Weevil, and I definitely support that. But I think it's time for a crash out.
Crash course. Oh, he
Oh,
charging up. He's charging up.
oh, oh. Okay,
Ew.
so before we start this crash out, one of you, Weaver or Seeker, give me a crash course on what happened here. Just give me like the cliff notes.
Okay, so basically, grandma, I hate to put it this way, grandma, she did. They go to the funeral, and then the next day they're supposed to have the burial. However, OP essentially has a hard time even finishing this funeral with the rest of her, family because her cousin starts quote unquote teasing her is how she'd like to call it about the relationship she's in and belittling her and her boyfriend and the relationship and her own boyfriend and what she makes of that in the process of doing that at the same time essentially and
And
she's on the
that's why
phone.
you need to be in the grave and not the grandma. But I digress. Continue.
But essentially she left early because she could not handle her cousin's behavior anymore and the rest of
Mhm.
the not the rest of the family but a good mix mixed reviews coming from the family about you were immature for leaving is another thing that happened which yeah, why don't you respond to that real quick? Looks like you have something to say.
Immature. Immature this, immature that, immature this, immature that. Fuck off. She has feelings, unlike you emotional sociopaths. Shut the fuck up, you emotionless idiots. She was getting harassed. She was getting bullied. But none of you wanted to stick up for her. Fuck you. She deserves to leave. She wanted to be there for her grandma. She wanted to be there for everything. But she needed to leave because she was getting harassed. It's not her fucking fault that you guys raised an immature dickbag.
But essentially, this person wants to know if they're the asshole for not talking to this person because it used to be like an everyday thing. But she's been this way since they grew up. It's just now that it's really the tip of the iceberg for this person and she doesn't want to deal with it anymore. So she was wondering mostly if the next day she was really the asshole for not only walking out, but not even really engaging with her cousin the next day at that burial.
No, she's not the asshole, in my opinion.
She is not the asshole. You know who is the asshole? Someone who should be in the box, not the grandmother, the cousin. They should be in the box, not the grandmother. I hope you serve a life in prison, boy.
Uh, okay.
Even though you're a girl, I don't give a shit what you are. You're a human being. You act like it. Be nice. Be kind to your family member. Fucking idiot.
Alright. That's all I got, yeah?
I hope she gets a horrible nose job. Anyway,
Okay, are we ready to move on to the last one?
Absolutely.
hold on. I hope she gets a boob job and this box. Anyways,
Damn.
Okay. And move on to story number 4. And hopefully this is a bit rival to the last one.
Alright, last story. Am I the asshole for letting that one friendship fade, but not the other? I'm gonna try to explain this the best I can because it's kind of a weird situation. I have a close friend who was in a long-term relationship, like 5 years. They broke up earlier this year. It wasn't some huge dramatic thing, but it definitely wasn't nothing either. Not long after that, my friend started dating someone else. Through that, I ended up becoming really good friends with that person. Like, we actually clicked, not just, oh, we know each other through the same person. That relationship ended too. After that, I stayed friends with the more recent ex. We still talk, still cool, no issues there. The situation is more with the long-term ex. I used to be friendly with them too, but after everything happened, it just started to feel off. There wasn't a fight or anything, I just kind of pulled back over time. Part of it is I could tell my friend wasn't totally comfortable with me being close with their exes. They never straight up said stop, but you can tell when something isn't sitting right with someone. And honestly, I started feeling weird about it too. Like I was stuck in the middle trying to keep everything balanced, and it just stopped feeling natural. So I didn't make some big announcement or anything, but I definitely distanced myself from the long-term ex. We just don't really talk anymore. Now I'm kind of second-guessing it because I'm still friends with the other ex, so I don't know if that makes me look fake or like I'm picking and choosing. At the same time, I feel like I was just trying to avoid making things worse. So yeah. Ida for letting that one friendship fade, but not the other.
No, I don't see you the asshole for this, but let's hear from Georgia.
Truthfully, I agree. He's not an idiot, but you could have kept hold of the other friendship instead of letting that one go. Really, in my eyes, you could have kept hold of it.
Alright,
Um, am I having such a hard time? Oh, I mean, I I think this is one of those things for me at least where like I think depending on the kind of person you are, certain friendships work better than others because of certain dynamics. So I don't necessarily think it's up to you alone to kind of just let the friendship go. I think that has to be kind of like a mutual thing because it takes two to tango. So like I guess it would really depend for me on the context of some of the other people and how they respond to you. You know what I mean? Because if the friendship faded kind of mutually, I don't really think you're an asshole. I really don't. I mean, regardless, I wouldn't say like you're an asshole. Shit kind of just happens, especially in life with like relationships of all kinds, not just romantic ones, but people distance themselves for a multitude of reasons. So I guess I'd like more context on like the relationship or dynamic of the two, even like I guess maybe through messages or kind of like I don't know, maybe how they interact with each other, you know? Because I feel like this is kind of one of those things where like I'm very okay with the idea that not all relationships are permanent, but not everybody is, I guess. So I'm having a hard time with this one socially. So we'll pass the mic to Crasher.
Class was asleep. He clapped out.
Crasher?
No, Batticus, don't touch me.
Oh my god.
Can we be
Wake
little?
up! You hooker.
Not the asshole.
Do you even remember what the story was about?
It's something about being friends with an ex, not an ex, but a friend ex.
Hey,
I am glad I'm not the only one who's having a really hard time navigating this socially because it is a mess. Like it just the way it's described, it almost feels like the label just isn't necessarily there. You know what I mean? Like it changes.
How do you describe this?
hey, Weevil, you like to temper that little? Because I saw this one coming in a dream, and I didn't know the context of it.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold up. What are we talking about here? Huh? What are we talking about here, Seeker? I'm sorry. What have you been dreaming about and not telling me? I thought we told each other everything.
Wait, are you telling me that you can see the future, but you can't see this man?
Yeah, Weevil, you and I will have a chat about the context.
How much you want to bet I was in a relationship with somebody? Who are you seeing, DJ? How much you bet that's what this is? I don't even care. Breaking character here. Who is it?
Okay, you want to break character? Okay,
Hold on,
Weevil.
hold on. I need to do some. Hold on, I want to be a part of the drama. Hold on, let me. Hold on. Continue.
Okay, you want to break character? Weevil. This is me. This is how I'm feeling about what happened. And you know what happened.
Wait, what?
It's okay, he's seeing me.
Wait, which dream? I'm scared.
Say
Uh,
my name. Say my name when no one is around.
this, this,
Yeah.
this story uh, was written by me about what happened.
Oh.
You know what happened. You know the context.
Mm-hmm. Never mind.
Wait, what happened?
Joseph, do you mind if I talk about it a little?
You're all good. Go on.
We can cut it out if we need to.
Okay, so
Hold on,
people,
let me take my stupid John Cena hat off. It doesn't feel appropriate. Let me
okay,
color my Sunny D.
seriously, Kevin. Okay, this is about, the Lindsay stuff that happened not even 2 months ago now. I mean, I cut her off because I chose to, and, I'm so frustrated from the most recent as with I have no concept about this. I tried to work hard to keep that other friendship alive, and it did not work out for me. So that's where this Reddit post came in.
So, problem solved. The seeker is the asshole.
So, okay, I guess I understand the social dynamics a little more now. But like, this is a giant ball of fucked up. Like, is all
I
that
have
it sounds like to me.
oh,
Because
hold
how do you
on.
have this much patience and time for people and like emotionally? Because I don't. Fuck no. So like, how do you have that much time to be that? I
Uh,
don't know. Maybe I just care. Like,
I
I'm not saying I
mean,
don't care as much, but like, I don't know. Some people I really
Hey,
do believe that they
hey,
just disappear after a while.
I
hey,
mean,
seeker.
hold on. Like, let's be real, like, I'm losing that patience. If what have to really test me on it, and yeah, I'm not willing to go through that again. So, yeah, no, that's my thoughts on it.
I get it.
What was your childhood like?
Mine?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Ah,
talking to the seeker because we're trying to do therapy now. What
no,
was your
will
childhood
not.
like?
No, will not.
I was so confused. I was like, huh?
Okay,
What
guys,
was your childhood like?
guys,
What possessed you to become you?
thank you for
Why?
listening.
Why
We
are
will
you? What
see
if?
you next
You're
week.
fine.
It's question
You.
two again.
Bye.
Who are
Yeah.
you?
Your mama.
Bye, guys.
The dice hit the table like stars colliding in the basement light. Six friends weaving anything goes. The prince is on the run with a smirk and a stolen key. Tucker's got a secret and a streak of vanity, while Triton counts the fuel cells with a temper on a wire. Just one witty comment sets his logic on fire. From the scrapyards of Neptune to the edge of the void, your terrestrial problems are easily destroyed. We're broadcasting signals through the static and the haze, intergalactic advice for your primitive days. Tune into the garbage where the wisdom is found. The astro frequency is the only real sound. 2,000 years of history in a teenager's frame. The weaver spins the fabric without a mortal name. Beside the seeker's silence for millennia deep, awakening the truths that the lonely planets keep. Between the oily and commercials or a synthetic sun, they'll tell you why your battles have already been won. Handling the mail from a galaxy away, giving cosmic direction to the games that you play. From the scrapyards of Neptune to the edge of the void, your cholesterol problems are easily destroyed. We're broadcasting signals through the static and the haze, intergalactic advice for your primitive days. Tune into the garbage where the wisdom is found. The astral frequency is the only real sound. From the scrapyards of Neptune to the edge